Hello, video photo nerds, camera nerds. So I'm in my car outside of Glazers camera rental in downtown Seattle. Glazers is our local big camera store, and I am here because my 35mm lens Canon broke last week. So I came down here to rent this one because the girl gotta have a 35mm. So, you know, actually down here there's Glazers camera rental, and then right next door is Phototronics, which is the repair. So my 35, let me show you. My 35 is in there right now getting fixed. They have to completely take it apart because it didn't break and smash. It broke like it won't focus. It's locked on something. So they're disassembling it, fixing it, reassembling it. And then I'm gonna go back. This is the worst to show you. Ha! I'm gonna go in there, Glazers camera supply, and return this. I borrowed it for 2 days. It cost me $35 to rent a 35mm, and you have to pay a $100 deposit just to hold it. Obviously it comes like with the lens caps and everything and a little hood, and then comes in a bag, and so it's like you basically get to just take home a lens and use it. Now the fun thing, when I have to rent, if I'm ever stuck in a situation where I have to rent, I usually like to try and rent a lens that I've never used before so that I can experiment with it. And it also means that I feel way better about the fact that I have to rent, because I'm spending money that is a rental money. I'm not getting anything long-term from it. But at least I got to try and test drive. Now the cool thing is that I did get to do that with this. I own a 35mm in there, a 1.4, but this is a Mark II version. So it's one step up, same lens, but you know, the newer model. Now this is my favorite lens, the 35mm, predominantly because I'm a video girl, and when you're doing video, you're looking for wider lenses. So the 35, the 24, those are ideal. When you start to get into the longer lenses, there's more shake because the barrel's longer, so it's like even the tiniest little movement back at this end means that this end is very dramatic. So when it's wider, it looks more stable. Also, we don't typically film the world at this tunnel vision view. We tend to want a video that makes it feel like you're looking at the world, so again, wider. So the 35, I love it because not only does it have that beautiful wide look for the video, but it's also just narrow enough that you can pull it off with portraits. And it also gets very close to the subject. So a lot of lenses, they will start to stall and not focus. Like you'll hit a point where you can't get close. Like you can't take a photo this close. It's just like, I can't lock onto anything. It's like when you go like this, eventually it's just blurry and your eyes can't focus. It's literally the same thing. So it's like, at what point does your finger come into focus, and what point can you lose it? Like I cannot find any focus right there. There's my vision, right? And so that's what I want to know. And this lens has the closest one that I've ever found. It's usually about that far away. This is pretty awesome. I was really curious to see if this Mark II version was gonna be noticeably different to my version, which I guess would be the Mark I, if that's what it's called. I don't know. I'm never very good with all the techie numbers and stuff by memory. So the other one, I did not notice a difference when I was behind the camera specifically, like, oh wow, this is faster, quieter. I didn't notice anything like that. So in one way, good thing, very comparable. I do think that the barrel here is longer though. I feel like mine is a lot shorter, like maybe only that. And if mine feels wider, I also think that this focus ring is thicker. I feel like mine's skinnier. That's the other thing. I don't know if this is a difference in the model or the fact that mine was broken, but this rubber ring that goes around the lens, this is snug and really flush with this lens, whereas with mine, it felt very loose. And so I have a feeling like kind of it sticks out more or something, you know? That could just be because mine's old. What other things can I tell you about it? A really nice thing about this lens is that it is a pretty big opening in the front there with a 1.4 aperture, which I love. It's, you know, you want to be able to look in there and be like, hello, giant eyeball. That's a good sign. That means that your photos are going to be really clear and have a lot of light, good quality, crisp and creamy at the same time. You also want to have that kind of greeny purple glow because it's made of fluorite glass instead of just clear glass. You can tell that because it has the red stripe on there, which is Canon's L series. Only get Canon L series if you can afford it. They're the best. Yeah, so it's super great. It was easy. In the past when I've rented from Glazers, I ordered it on the phone or online. I think it was on the phone. It was on the phone. But this time I just walked straight in and I ordered it right there. So you can't obviously guarantee that they're gonna have it, but thankfully they had the one I needed. And I rented it for a day or 2 days. Yeah, now I just gotta run it back inside. So I'm super grateful that we have this awesome store in Seattle. They're super friendly, super great. When you walk in, you definitely feel the photo nerd vibe. Photos on the wall, equipment everywhere. Everybody's talking about photography. So I'm gonna go and return this now, but let me know if you have any questions about the 35mm. I use it for everything I do pretty much. And other than that, I tend to use a 100mm. Those are my two go-to lenses. Cool. Have a great day. Cheers. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm Shamini and Shamini Films. Bye.